What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in San Jose at Soul on Ice with UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier.
When it comes to tennis shoes, nobody in the UFC has the shoes like me.
Gonna do some sneaker shopping today. Gonna see what he's feeling, what he's not, and then hopefully he's gonna buy some sneakers.
I was trying to look mad because I'm a fighter, right? But I can't help smiling, especially when I'm about to get sneakers. Let's
go.
do it.
Daniel, growing up in Louisiana, what was it like?
The early models of the Jordans and stuff, they were out of the question. Like, we weren't getting those. But there was a magazine called Finger Hut.
Okay.
And that was how my mom actually managed to buy my first pair of Nikes. She would order them and they would pay monthly because her and my dad, they worked hard, but they couldn't afford to buy $100 tennis shoes. Me asking for $25 was too much. So the older models, these, they were out of the question.
No-go.
No go. I never even got to look at those. I remember when these came out, right?
Pippins.
The Pippins came out. And I was like, man, these are nice shoes. I would love to have a pair of these shoes. I knew I wasn't gonna get those shoes,
right?
But watching everybody else get them was cool. But I think the thing about being in Lafayette was, even if kids didn't have much in reality, they always bought the new stuff, right? It was Jabot jeans and some Jordans or some Pippins or some Barclays. You were the man. And then most guys that did that, they weren't necessarily athletes. You know, they were the guys that kind of lived on the streets and did things that they probably shouldn't have been doing. And it was the Jordans, it was the Pippins, and Air Max 95s were always the shoe that everybody kind of wanted them.
As a famous athlete, who did you grow up idolizing in terms of like persona and swag?
Man, you know, that's the problem, you know? So I was short, right?
Okay.
And I thought I could play basketball. We all wanted to play basketball. And Karl Malone, you know, Karl Malone's from Louisiana, so I would play basketball and I would actually try to play in the post. I'm 5'10". Shot got blocked the majority of the time, but I wanted to be Karl Malone. Man, obviously I wanted to be Michael Jordan. I wanted to play basketball like everybody else, and I had a cousin. His name was David Benoit. He used to play for the Utah Jazz. That was in the NBA, so it made it much worse for the rest of us. So yeah, it was always these athletes. Now, these Shaqs, these Reebok Shaqs, I remember.
Yeah, we're in basically the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
Are you a Golden State fan?
My son wakes up in the morning and I'll put his shoes on for school. And he always wants to make sure that his socks are Under Armour because he's wearing Under Armour shoes.
I like that, that's good.
The dude loves Under Armour, and I know it's because of, you know, Steph Curry. Who wore Under Armour before? Under Armour is one of the bigger sneaker brands.
Definitely.
Because of the guys, and they're signing everybody.
DC, every time you would get requested for this show, people would at me on Twitter, you gotta take DC sneaker shopping, and it would always be a picture of you wearing the 11s.
Yes.
And you wore 72 10s today.
For sure.
What is it about them that you love?
I remember this is when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
So now it starts to matter, right? Fashion is starting to matter a little bit. All I really wanted was that shoe. I love the patent leather. I love how it looks like it's sleek.
Yeah.
I love the shoe. Someone stole them from me.
Wow.
Somebody stole my shoes.
When? Recently? Or?
When I had the shoes, I took them to LA one time. And again, you know, like I said, after a while you're in LA, you start making new friends. Somebody stole my sneaks.
Wow.
My circle got a lot smaller.
Who has the balls to steal Daniel Cormier's sneakers?
Know, man. I don't know. People in Los Angeles.
That's
why I
crazy.
stay away from there.
That's crazy.
That's why I live up in Northern California. But yes, I love these, man. I love the sleek. And this morning, as I was picking shoes for you, Joe, I was like, gotta wear the right shoes. I was like, I can't wear my Space Jams because I've worn those a lot, you know, and he knows. So I said, found this box in the back. I buy multiples, right? I got the 72 and 10s in multiples. I have the Space Jams in multiples. I just have a lot of the 11s in multiples, pairs that I wear, and then the one that stay in the box.
You're a big WWE fan.
Yes.
We've had a bunch of them on the show. Some of them wrestle in Jordans. Can you ever imagine doing MMA in Jordans?
No, I couldn't wrestle in my Jordans. I wear them because I like the way they look. I wouldn't want to mess them up, but imagine if I kick somebody with this thing. I mean, you can't kick anybody in there, but yeah, guys in the WWE, like Enzo Amore, right? He wears his shoes in the ring, and he's also got, he's so big into his shoes that they hook him up. Every week, Champs hooks him up with a new pair of sneaks to go out into the ring with, but it's a nice shoe, man. I like them.
We talked about Enzo having a deal with Champs. Do you think it's time for a UFC fighter to have an out-of-octagon footwear deal?
You know, we have guys that are in the UFC that have deals with Reebok, right? But nobody has like a specific shoe deal. If we're talking about someone that's big enough to actually transcend the sport, we're only talking about one guy, Conor McGregor.
Okay.
He's the only guy that could have a shoe and sell outside of mixed martial arts. If I was thinking of a Conor McGregor shoe, it would have to be something that looks super high end, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he wears Gucci
Yes.
and Fendi and Prada.
Yes.
That's kind of his thing. So in this section, I don't really see.
I mean, we have a Gucci colorway of a 97.
This is
but
nice, right? The
yeah.
Gucci Air Max looks nice.
Yeah.
But could you imagine Conor wearing those? You know,
I
Conor's
don't
gonna
know.
have something that's real slim and,
Right.
and thin. But yes, I do believe at this point his star power could push and sell a signature shoe.
Conor may be flashy and wear Gucci,
Yes.
but that doesn't necessarily mean he has the best footwear in the
No.
UFC. Do you think that you have a better footwear closet than he does?
Conor may have more expensive shoes, but when it comes to tennis shoes, retro game and all that, nobody in the UFC has the shoes like me. Rumble had on his nice little, it was these Jordans right
Jordan
here.
10s?
Yep, the 10s,
Okay.
but with the 23 on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rumble had those when they got released, and I was like, wow, these are pretty cool, Rumble.
Yeah.
They're cool. But as Rumble walks out, and he's all happy, and he's talking about his shoes, he's like, last time we fought, your shoe game was much better. He goes, but today I came prepared. He was wearing these. I was like, well, look down.
Yeah.
And I had on the ones, the bread ones,
Wow.
and they just but the bread ones are so much better than these shoes. You
That's
know?
a heat check. They call that a heat check.
I was like, come on, Rumble, man. I was like, these are nice,
Yeah.
but if you're gonna challenge me in that way, make sure you step your game up.
That's
So,
awesome.
Conor McGregor, Anthony Johnson, shoe game, they can't mess with me on the sneaks. One person that might is Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She has some crazy
Really?
Reeboks. Yeah, man, they make her all these sick Reeboks, and her game is pretty nice, but I believe that my shoe game, tennis, unmatched in the UFC.
Respect. DC, we talked about everything. Now's either the easy part or the hard part. Get the browser shelves, see what you want to take home.
All right, what are we copping today, Daniel?
So I'm gonna get these Yeezys, right? Let's get this 5, man, the reflective one. Kid will enjoy those.
All right, cool. So those are gonna be $1,716.
So DC came through, got his first pair of Yeezys, another pair of Jordans. Thanks so much for taking the time. Make sure you check him out, UFC 220 on January 20th. Get it on pay-per-view.
Let's go.